So the Centtwinz had a guest, this particular gentleman right here. Just want to give a little bit of background. This gentleman got a prophecy wrong already. Okay. But not in this stream. I think he had said that there was going to be something that was going to happen around August. And he said it was going to be a big sign for the 24th of September. So that didn't happen. Nothing happened. And so I want to put that forward for people that are watching this guy here. But on this video, I want to talk about the red flags in what he says in the beginning before I do an episode talking about what he then prophesies or whatnot or speaks about later on. So in this video, we're only talking about what the red flags in what he teaches. And I want you to note these things even when you are listening to people outside. So this episode is just to equip you to remember these things. Note them. Structured show with daily Christian commentary videos. Hey, wait a minute. I haven't done the clip, you know, that intro clip thingy that I normally do when I say that. I haven't done that. I think I haven't had it in my SD card while recording, so I haven't had it in a minute. I think it's deserving for this particular episode. Before we go, I think it's deserving before we go into this episode. And thinking, where is the clip? Where is the clip? Where is the clip? Right there. Now I can do the intro properly. It's the Christianity Show with the daily Christian commentary videos. If it's the first time over here to the show, check out the other videos that are down in the pinned comments. I did that intro way back, I think 2017, using Sony Vegas. So I do absolutely love that intro. I'm not gonna get rid of it. And so, what is it that he said that I think is a red flag? Right here.
Like was on the roof.
Yo.
That's how enormous he was.
Yeah.
So he had to come down to me to my level, and then I remember that he had no.
Wait, what was that? Just speak about this particular point. The video is in low quality. Don't mind it. You know, month end. My data is very terrible.
Yeah. To answer you, I don't even know where to begin. There's a lot that God has been downloading in my spirit. So.
This whole downloading thing, where do you see that in the Bible? You just don't see that thingy. Now, someone will say, you know, when the Bible speaks about eating the scroll, you know, it's kind of like where they get it, that, you know, information is downloaded. If you read how Paul tells Timothy to go through or deal with material pertaining Bible stuff, it's study. But these people download. Okay, but anyways, let's skip that. So they download particularly the revelations that they then come out and speak. Okay, we'll come back to that.
So this one time, I think it was 2021 or 2022, I'm not so sure. I was at home in Free State. I was in 3 days fasting. Yeah. I was not eating anything. I don't remember if I drank anything. I was praying. And then there's an angel that entered the room, right?
There's always something they were doing. There's always an effort, like something that some of you might not be doing. There's always this effort before the revelation. God can reveal things at any time. We can reveal things at any time. But with this special revelation generation, there's always something. I'm not saying take a note of that as if we discredit the efforts of people's journey in growth. No, that's not what I'm saying. But you will notice, like when you listen to James Kawali and whatnot, and there's like this effort that they were putting in, and they make their relationship between them and God this effort, you know, It was 50 days fasting. There's always this effort. But anyways, that's not the point. Let's go on.
Very, very, very tall. His hip,
So,
the angel that entered the room, right? Very, very, very tall. His hip, like, was on the roof.
Yo.
That's how enormous he was.
Yeah. That's
So he had to come down to me, to my level. And then I remember that he had no mouth, right?
okay.
I didn't see a mouth. And then he communicated to me telepathically, like I told you.
now, you've heard this thing said here that somehow when they interact with these angels, the angels don't talk with their mouth. This is very common. You've heard it a lot. These angels don't talk by mouth. It's like things that they see in movies, that aliens communicate telepathically. And so to assume a spiritual experience, they always have this thing of angels not talking by the mouth. Now, when you read the Bible and you listen to John describing his interaction with the angel, you read Jesus' interaction with the angel, it's very clear the Bible emphasizes the angel opened his mouth and he said. The angel said. The angel said. But with these people, they're having this interaction telepathically. I'm not saying anything about that. I'm just saying I find it interesting. These people's interaction with these angels is always telepathic thoughts and stuff like that. But when you look at the Bible, there is no record. There is no record of an angel communicating telepathically. Never. I've never seen it. You can show me a verse down in the comment section. That's why I was making a reference on the subject point of saying that he made him eat the scroll, which means a completely different thing, basically. Okay? Says it was sweet in his mouth, but it tasted somehow in his mouth, but it was sweet to his stomach. It speaks about a difference. It's not speaking about the downloading as thing. It's talking about something else, which is not the subject here. But you will not find anywhere in the Bible where angels or God or Jesus communicates telepathically. It's not there. You won't find it. You can show me a verse, completely open to that. So where do they get this idea that angels communicate telepathically? Or does it tell us something about the beings they are communicating with? But anyways, let's keep it moving. Like I said, we're just talking about the red flags. On the next episode, then I'll talk about what he then talks about. But I want you to note these things because I've seen these things on everyone's so-called revelations.
So he just stood in front of me, and then the Holy Spirit inside of me, because the Holy Spirit works with angels. So the angel just stood in front of me. Then the Holy Spirit told me, put your hands like this.
Okay.
So I put my hands like this, and then a set of keys was put in my hands, right? I saw keys being put in my hands, and then a very, very big book, this size, with torn pages.
Yeah.
Have you seen a Bible when you have used it for too long?
Yes.
I saw that book placed in my hands, and then the Holy Spirit, when I was about to ask, because once in the Spirit, once you're about to ask,
the question,
the answer is already here. Yeah. So I wanted to ask, what is this? Then the Holy Spirit said, these keys are wena sizwe. Whatever you are going to open on earth will be opened. Whatever you are binding on earth will be bound.
Okay. Now we're not even gonna deal with the interpretation of that or anything like that. But I think he says the keys represented this. If you look at the reference for what keys mean, for us in the Bible doesn't mean that. But anyways, I'm just saying keys were a representation of an open door, or an opening pertaining, like for instance, when he speaks about I have given you the keys, he speaks about regions being open for ministry. It's like me having access all of a sudden to Jews to minister. The keys have been the particular point on keys. The Bible puts that on Jesus. And so I don't know. The keys subject is on Jesus. You know, the key subject is on Jesus. But in this case, the keys are handed to him, but it's what they mean that's interesting. So how do we now evaluate what he's saying? The message came to him as, if we can't use the Bible. Do you get what I mean? But anyways, that's not important. Let's listen to what he says next.
And then, okay, what about the book? He said this book carries ancient mysteries.
Hey.
You will know things that people don't know. When you speak, it shall be like you're a very old person because of the things that you are going to reveal. Which is why this year, 2025, I'm going to reveal a lot of things which I only understood now. That's why I was getting that book then.
Okay.
It was these things that I'm going to reveal today. You understand?
So you've been knowing it.
Yeah, I've been knowing that one day I'm going to
But
say,
the timing,
I didn't know when or what. Yeah. So now this is the time to finally reveal the things I know. I'm not here to please anyone. I'm not here to be loved. I'm not here. You know, Christians really, really want to persecute me. They really, really want to stone me now. Even right now, if you go through my Facebook, if you go through my Facebook, Christians are so hostile towards me.
Why?
Families, people have rejected me. Friends, no one.
No, answer the question why. You said a false prophecy.
I have no one right now because of the nature of this message that I carry.
Oh.
I feel like no one right now. You know, I'm saying things that.
Emma, you said a false prophecy. It's not. It has nothing to do with, the message I carry, it's so special. It has nothing to do with that. You said a false prophecy. Okay? You said a false prophecy. That's why people are taking issues with what you're thinking. But anyways.
That even I myself, I wonder, where do I get? Is it really true, these things?
Yeah.
That's what people don't know about called people. People who are really called. It's not like they wake up and they're like, yeah, I have a call. You wonder, Mara.
Yo, you even question.
Is this really real?
Yeah.
Am I hearing right? Or you understand? So that's how it's happening. So I don't want to waste any more time.
Okay, then he goes into thinking. Now, why did I want to highlight the red flags first before he gets to his message, which we'll talk about later on? You see, there's this perception of special meme emphasis nowadays. He has this book that carries mysteries, the things that he's about to tell us. They don't, people don't know and whatnot and all that kind of stuff. When the Bible mostly has a people of significance to that level, it announces them. It tells us about them. The message of the 2 olive trees is so essential. He tells us about them. John the Baptist's message is so different. He tells us about him. The message of the angels in Revelation is so significant. He tells us about him. There's this special me syndrome thing that's just like, I was always special. Emma, we were all special. At our bed, we were all born one by one. We were all born one by one. In that sense, we all feel special because we are, to my life, I'm the center. There's nobody else. Okay? I only see what is in front of me. I don't see what's in front of you. So in that sense, yes, I am special. God has given me a privilege and so forth. And all of that, remember, which is what his nature is. It's all that he's given us all these personal capabilities individually to be able to make decisions and so forth. But you're not so special that we all need you. And a lot of people in church don't like that. You hear people saying, you know, I'm a prophet to the nations. Like, can you just preach to the people that are in front of you? Can you be faithful to the people that God has put before you? Before trying to be a prophet to the nation, you know, my message is to the church. Can you please preach to the people that are in front of you? Why? Special me syndrome. There are people who live in my building. No matter how loud I speak, are assigned to hear the message of the gospel from someone else. I'm not talking about far away. Here, where I am, you should know nothing about. Where I am, there are people here who are not assigned to listening to me. There's someone else they will be able to listen to. Somewhere else. My message is to the seed. Shut up. Shut up. And preach to the people in front of you. You are unfaithful to the people that are put before you. Wherever they are, wherever they come from, whatnot. You are unfaithful there and you are trying to teach the nation. What is it that causes that? Special me syndrome. Now, if you watch this guy's videos on Facebook, I'm all for people preaching, but he is next level. He's one of those people that go into places attention seeking. Like, it's not preaching, it's attention seeking. That's not preaching. That's not preaching. He just enters a business and he starts shouting. Why couldn't you preach outside? He will enter a shop and just start screaming at people. If you haven't seen his Facebook thingy, I'm not even going to make a reference of that. He will just enter a place and just start shouting. Jesus is coming back. And so you like, listen, yes, preach the message. But there is no one, I can tell you that there is no one in that place that will have any respect for what you're saying on the basis that it's a business center. It's their business or whatnot. It's very inappropriate for someone to just walk into a business. Yes, we must preach Jesus. But there are people that don't want you in their business doing that with whatever he goes on to say. I haven't watched the other part. I'm going to go on to listen to it now. But my expectation is a little bit lower. Not that I will completely write off everything that he's about to say. But the way he already does his ministry, him having gotten a false prophecy and he's still going around the whole self-centered type of a thing. My expectations are a little bit low. But anyways, we'll still watch it either ways.